Okay. No, it's working. Okay. I'm gonna try this a second time. Episode 163 of Genius Take the Wheel. Yeah. Trying this one more time. And, gotta put the car in drive. Yeah, so, we're back again. A little bit of technical difficulties. Oh my God, look at this avenue. Oh man, this is gonna be tricky. Trying to get across here. No, I'm not gonna chance it. But wow, getting onto this avenue is gonna be something. If I can get to this avenue. So yeah. So today, you see the title. My left knee did not cooperate today. Today I had a an assignment on the squat, which was going to be either 25 reps at 225 pounds or 9 reps at 245 pounds. And that was the plan. And my warm-up was very painful, left knee, in that meniscus area. And it made me very, very afraid. The pain was much, much higher than what I am normally used to. And so I was forced to stop after 2 sets of 3 at 245. And my knee actually felt pretty bad when I tried to leg press even a little bit, at a very light weight, or lightweight for me, I should say. So, because of this, I had to shut down the squat and leg extension portion of my training. And I was really, really afraid that I did something really bad to my knee. And so I decided to go into the deadlift instead, and at least try to do the best that I could with that. And so what I did was I did my leg curls like I would normally do them, and and then I went to the deadlift, and I lifted a little bit heavier on the deadlift. Yeah, please, move. Um, 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 Instead of deadlifting at 315 today, I did 3 sets of 3 at 335. And my deadlift was actually mechanically better than it normally is, but I believe, hey, that's Avengers Tower.
Yes, it is.
Oh, shit.
Just noticing this?
Yes.
Wow.
Do you know why? Because I have my eyes on the road, not the sky, so we don't die.
We've been living around here for nearly 3 years.
Yeah. And do you know what I do? I keep my eyes on the road, so I keep us all alive. So I'm being roasted for being a good driver, right? I don't notice this stuff unless I'm sitting in heavy traffic.
Or you know you're walking. Or no, you don't do that.
Yeah, I don't walk in this neighborhood. So I was able to deadlift pretty heavy, and the leg curl has gotten better. My mechanics on the deadlift have gotten better. I'm very happy with my deadlift. I am not happy with my left knee right now. But beyond that, um, I am doing quite nicely um, as far as the deadlift is concerned, and my mechanics on the deadlift. I'm very happy with it. Um, a lot of guys making a lot of illegal moves to get off this road, but I'm not going to be one of them. Welcome, viewers. Welcome. So yeah, the deadlift went pretty good, and then I had to do some vertical pull, and hold on a second. I'm gonna do this real quick. Hold on, I gotta do this. So I had to do vertical pull today, and I, didn't have, the weighted pull-ups, but I wanted to see how well I would do with just my body weight on the pull-up. And so I warmed up very, very heavy, very, very heavy on the lat pull down. And then I did the body weight pull-up, no extra weight added. And I did 25 total reps, 5 sets of 5. And then I went back to the lat pull down to like really, really torture my back. And pause. No diddy. So I went to go work on some extra vertical pull stuff, and I ended up working it with this dude named Damien. Now, the dude is a little bit shorter than me, but the dude is like yoked. And I've always kind of been a little bit envious of dudes that are shorter than me because they tend to get better physiques than guys with long limbs, because like you can't really get like nice full muscle bellies as quickly as shorter guys because the muscle has to grow long before it grows out. So I've been, just kind of, just trying to be happy with what I have, but I always kind of envy the guys that are a little bit shorter and built wider than I am. And so I ended up working in with this dude because you got to share the equipment in the gym, and then discovered that this dude is actually a cool ass dude. In the medical field. Hey, Midmo, what's good? He's in the medical field, but he's also very, very serious about bodybuilding, and it was cool because you can tell. And I'm glad that Midmo is here because Midmo is a really good example of this. You can tell that a dude is cool when he can adamantly disagree with you on something that is very important to him and still be fucking cool, right? Like we were arguing about tension on muscle and range of motion and stuff like that, and he's in the medical field, so he has an additional level of expertise than what I have. But I also know that from my own experience that the way that I lift, it is absolutely effective in more ways than just muscle building. And I've built a quite nice aesthetic chest. Would you say?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So, right, I gave you a little peck dance today. So he was explaining to me some stuff and then kind of like, explaining his methodology. And I'm kind of coming around because he's using other motions to explain why, for instance, on the bench press, maybe you don't want to use a full range of motion to try to build muscle. And I know from experience that full range of motion is very, very effective in building muscle. but I'm trying to absorb what he's saying because my way is not the only way. So I was listening to him, and I started immediately starting to think about how I could incorporate his approach to bodybuilding, because I mean the dude is very muscular. He knows what he's talking about. Um, although his expertise is in a different field, he's been lifting for very many years, and he's got a lot of success in his lifting. So I was trying to extol the benefits of my way while also trying to absorb his approach to lifting, so that I could gain as much knowledge from him, because obviously it's very important to him. And he's trying to explain different things about the phase that the actual physical muscle is in, and I'm trying to explain the phase of the movement and how it has a certain effect. And we were showing each other like a bunch of different motions, and really just talking about lifting theory. And I'm like, dude, and he's like, constantly like apologizing. I'm like, dude, I like this. I like the fact that we are able to disagree. And we're both very successful in what we do in our own right. And basically what we did is, through debate, we were able to open up our minds to other paradigms. And then I kind of figured that I'm now in a position where, like, if I really think about it, I can use the way that he lifts to my advantage by just chopping up some of my sets and then doing them with his approach, and then doing some sets with my approach. Because the thing is, my approach is a very healthy approach when it comes to lifting. My approach is very, very healthy when it comes to the muscle belly, and making sure that you are under load in the stretchiest position that you can stand safely, so that your muscles are strong in all ranges of the motion, so that if you lose control of the muscle, you'll be less likely to tear the muscle or tear the connective tissue that holds the muscle to the bone. So we were talking about so many different things that were fitness related, but I was like, oh shit, I got the ladies sitting in the car and they waiting for me. And I'm like, yo, I was like, dude, not only are you cool, not only do we need to hang out, but now you need to come and say hello to the ladies so they know who was holding me up. This dude is cool. We got to hang out with him the whole bit. And so when you look at the guy, you would assume that he's like one of these big, muscle head, meathead guys that you can't really talk to or anything like that. And I'm like, dude, you never know who's cool unless you actually like try to find out like who this person is. And so, I told him, I was like, yo, I've been training clients in this gym since 2016. He's like, before the pandemic? I'm like, yeah, 2016. And just kicking back theory back and forth, back and forth. He was trying to show me he showed me a couple of ways to hit my lat. Guys, the movement that he showed me to hit my lat, I felt like I was digging into my lat all the way at the bottom of my spine. I could not believe the sensation I got all the way down my lat, all the way to its insertion point. And then I was just like, oh shit. I have to, we were talking that he has problems with, and I was just like, oh, you can fix that problem by approaching this differently, put the angle differently. And like he tried, he was like, oh shit, this works. So he was able to give me a lot of insights to improve my strength and muscle building. And I was able to give him a couple of things that will allow him to do certain lifts more comfortably, where his shoulders or elbows or wrists are not in a compromised position that would make him uncomfortable. So this is one of the reasons why I am definitely more social in the gym than anywhere else. I really don't like to interact with people on a daily basis, but like, when I encounter somebody that's working like in food service or in sales or something, I try to be like extra friendly because I know how miserable their jobs are. But for the most part, I like to be by myself and or with these two ladies here. And occasionally, like, you meet a really cool person, you're like, oh shit, we got to hang out, we got to exchange more ideas, because like one of the great things about life is, I think that license plate is ridiculous.
It is.
um uh One of the great things about life is to find people that you can happily disagree with. That's so important, you know um, we're sharing ideas. Nothing is personal. There's no personal attacks. It's just that, hey, I know that what you're doing is successful, but this is how I've been successful, and this is why. And then to be able to explain the ins and outs and the nuts and bolts of why my approach to something is this way, and then having to him say, well, from this perspective, this is why this works. And then he actually took the time out to explain um, why he believed what it was, and then use other movements to kind of prove his point. And so it made it easier for me to see where he's coming from, and it was convincing enough where I am now like devising, because tomorrow I have to do like an incline focused lift tomorrow. And I think that I'm going to use some of the principles that he was espousing, and then kind of see like, hey, first 3 sets, let me do it his way, and then for the last 2 sets, let me do it my way. And so I'm kind of eager to see if his way works, especially on the flat bench, because that's really where a lot of our debate. We were debating on the squat, we were debating on the flat bench, and about keeping tension on the muscle, and in which phases the muscle would keep the tension or lose the tension. And I don't know if I was really explaining myself effectively, but I was basically trying to let him know, like, there is, the way that I lift, I'm able to get into the deep eccentric and not lose the tension on the muscle. And he wasn't really quite getting exactly what I was saying as far as like why it works so well. But like, I plan to bench press tomorrow. He's like, yo, I'm going to be doing X, Y, and Z tomorrow. I'm like, I'm going to try to get in here when the gym opens. So if he's going to be in the gym tomorrow, I'm going to try to like actually show him. I didn't want to really do too much chest work because I'm supposed to do chest tomorrow. But I'm pretty, excited to, even though I'm a professional in this sphere, I don't know everything. There are scientists that, if you look at Jeff Nippard and Dr. Mike Israetel, and you look at Eric Janicki, and you look at the Dr. Wolf guy, Milo Wolf, I think his name is, and then there's Dr. Pack, and you have all of these sports science guys that don't agree on like 5 to 7% of what's out there. And then you realize that, and these guys will tell you, the guys who are on the bleeding edge of exercise science, they'll tell you they don't know everything. There's a bunch of different things that they're trying to figure out. I believe it was Will Tennyson that ran an experiment to see if lengthened partials grew more muscle compared to full range of motion, and they got sort of mixed results. They actually had people train one side of their body one way, and then train the other side of their body a different way, which I do think that it's an imperfect way to do an experiment. but in some ways there's a little bit of genius in there as well, because everybody's body differs from person to person. But if you try to train one side of that one person's body one way and then try to train it another way, the results could be pretty interesting. Now, where I think that where it could be a little bit imperfect is that we have dominant and strong sides of our body, and so you may not use the same exact proper mechanics on one side that you would use with the other. And because I know I have that problem, and I watch clients have that problem, uh, and it really shows in unilateral motions. So anyway, I really tried to keep an open mind, and really try to listen to somebody that's not myself, even though he is not necessarily accomplished as far as the personal training game and exercise science. He is a nurse, and so he does know the human body in a different way than I know the human body, and so we can exchange information, and we can both uh, really benefit. And the dude was like, super thoughtful. He wasn't condescending, and there's a way that you can say, hey, like, I've got proof that my side works better, and not be a fucking jackass about it. And then every time you meet a person that shows you that it's not necessary to be a jackass to get your point across, then you start to hold other people to a much higher standard when it comes to discourse. And you know that it is possible for people to be rational and respectful. Like you know that these things are possible. It's just that a lot of people just get so goddamn emotional over just a difference of perspective based upon what life has taught them. I can't tell him that his way of lifting is wrong, because I look at his goddamn physique and see the evidence. It works, right? But then he also stopped short of telling me that I was necessarily wrong, because when you look at my physique and my height, I've got a pretty damn good physique for somebody my height who doesn't use PEDs.
Jeremy has a comment.
What is Jeremy saying?
He says, I'm about to resume home workouts with dumbbells and mild resistance training. I've effectively resensitized my muscles.
Mm-hmm.
Lengthened partials we've definitely discussed.
Yeah, that's a very smart approach that will keep you safe. You want to make sure that you are really with intention, really working through and prioritizing the eccentric phase at the that real lengthened position. And when you kind of, you'll get like a little bit of a pump, you'll get a certain amount of soreness, and then when you ramp up, you'll never get that real full DOMS that is so debilitating when you've taken more than 2 weeks off from training. So that's a very, very good approach, Midmo. And this is why I told you that I refuse to take weeks off, not just because of the psychological letdown feeling that comes with that, but also because I really do not want to deal with the delayed onset muscle soreness that comes from taking that kind of time off. And you had no choice because you had that rib injury. And if I had no choice, then I would say, well, I have no choice, and then I would have to try to deal with the DOMs in some kind of way. But
someone's at that corner, that's why everybody's switching lanes.
Okay. Yeah, I was almost switched into that lane too.
No, I saw you about to.
Knowing my form and technique that I've already developed, I'm sure I'll get a hell of a pump. Yeah. I would tell you to prioritize technique over form, right? Technique is the execution of the motion, and form is what it looks like. And for the vast majority of people, what it looks like is extremely deceiving. So definitely pay more attention to how you're executing the motion rather than what it looks like.
This guy's basically causing massive traffic.
Yeah, we still got some weird traffic here too.
Jeremy goes, right, I got you.
Yeah. So, very, very good, very good approach. And, you keep doing that. And I think that, especially since you're ramping up, you need to keep your, volume in check, because you really don't need to be, you really don't need to be, making it to where the DOMS is debilitating, and then you can't bounce back as quickly as you would want to get right back to training, right? So, when you start up again, 2 sets of 8 at a light weight, move on to the next motion. 2 sets of 8 at a light weight, move on to the next motion. That first, that first session back should take no more than 15 to 20 minutes total. And you will feel sore, but you won't feel like you're in hell. So, you kind of ramp back up. It's kind of like if you did a deload week. Any exercise sciences will tell you that your first week of your next mesocycle, after a deload ends the previous mesocycle, you don't go back to the same weight and the same amount of volume. You take a step back that first time to allow your body to ramp up again. And then, week 2 or week 3, you go super hard into it again, So, don't think, oh my God, like, I've got so much energy, I want to run out my energy. Your arm, the muscle is going to lock up, and you're not going to want to move at that joint that you overworked. And you're going to end up taking more time off than you would have otherwise if you were just patient, did like a 15 or a 20-minute workout one day, a 15 or a 20-minute workout the next day, a 15 or a 20-minute workout the next day, and then 25 to 30, 30 to 45, and then back into your normal range when your body is now kind of used to having that amount of stress on it. So, this is why I do deload, don't do rest, because I need the body to keep it up. I need the body to keep it up.
He says, laughing out loud, DEG knows I like to go hard.
Pause. No Diddy.
You forgot the no Diddy, Venmo.
Yeah.
Put in the pause.
Yeah. After Diddy, after Diddy-O, yeah, I know.
That's us next.
Oh, finally.
So Monday evening. So they're gonna shut down. So actually, just FYI, 6 p.m.
Oh, you did say pause. You didn't say
I
that.
did read the pause. I read pause.
No, I didn't hear you say that.
Oh my God. He doesn't listen to me. So this block will be shut down at 6 p.m. though. So just heads up.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's yeah. So
I will already be on my way to work, so it'll be fine.
Right.
For me. Although coming home, I won't be able to park in the parking lot. So I probably shouldn't take the car on Monday night. Sorry.
Wait, what? Why would you not be able to park in the parking lot?
On Monday evening when I come home from work.
Oh, okay.
So we can talk about it after the stream.
Okay. But the thing is, when they're talking about Monday, Tuesday.
Yeah. 6 p.m. Monday into 6 a.m. Tuesday.
Okay. Okay. Good catch. Because I was thinking, oh, they're probably gonna do it in the middle of the night, blah blah blah. But
they started 2 blocks down.
Yeah.
Like right at 6 p.m. It was already shut down, and they were already
right,
putting up.
I really wish that they would have fixed this while we were out of the country.
Yeah.
But you know, they don't listen to us. They don't care about this family and what we need.
He goes, "How dare you? You are canceled."
I mean, you've always been canceled. So
Actually, he knows that.
okay. All right. Yeah, we're gonna get ready for. I'm gonna eat a lot of food and drink a lot of protein and weight gainer. And we're gonna be doing UFC
He
307.
goes, "That was the pun."
Yeah. We're gonna do the Filthy Casual MMA watch party, and so definitely stay tuned for that. But for right now, I will bid you adieu and get the F up out of here. Thank you guys so much for supporting the podcast. I really do appreciate you. I appreciate all y'all's.
Roundtree.
You know what I'm saying? So, yeah.
So, Pereira versus who?
Yeah, Roundtree. Color Roundtree Jr.
Oh, see, that was an hour.
James Bond Jr.
Let's get some food. Let's rest before we're.
Yep. All right, guys. I'm up out of here. Stay strong out there. All right. We got the disembodied evil hand. Yeah, we up out of here.
Right.
Deuces.